What is up, my beautiful people? My name is G-Vans and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about the new album by Westside Gunn entitled Pray for Paris. This is the third studio album by Westside Gunn, I think, because this man has dropped so many projects these past few years, so I don't really know. But I'm going to say this is his third studio album, which comes to us about 4 months after WWCD, their official collab project with Shady Records, which was probably one of the best hip-hop albums I've heard all last year. And this also comes to us about 4 months after Hitler Wears Hermes number 7, which I personally didn't like that album. I didn't think it was terrible. I just felt that it was kind of like the same thing as the past few projects that Westside Gunn has been dropping. I just didn't think it was anything unique about it. But this album, however, is probably one of the best projects by Westside Gunn that I've heard in a fucking while. As the album cover suggests, Westside Gunn is here to pretty much decapitate the fucking rap game, and that's pretty much what he does throughout this whole album. I feel that every time I listen to a new project by Westside Gunn, I feel like I'm in a fucking church with thugs or some shit, and fucking Westside Gunn is the preacher, and I'm hearing him say all this weird and shocking and interesting shit, and even though I find it super weird sometimes, I just can't stop fucking hearing it. That's the sort of vibe that I feel everybody gets when they listen to a new project by Westside Gunn, because you honestly do not know what he's gonna say next, what he's gonna do next, what the whole purpose of the album's gonna be. He honestly has so many different motivations for when he makes new projects, and that's why people love him, because of how unique he is with how he drops his projects and whatnot. And for the most part, I feel that those who have been fans of Westside Gunn for a very, very long time now, I feel that y'all already know what to expect whenever he does drop a new album. But I feel that this album specifically is a really shocking and surprising album to everyone, including the really long-time fans of Westside Gunn. Honestly, this album took me by surprise. I did not know what to expect. I was not expecting this album to be so fucking good. This is probably the most soulful and peaceful album by Westside Gunn that I've ever heard, which I find kind of weird to say, because the past albums that I've heard by him are super fucking intense and shocking, and they're always so hardcore. And this one just hits you way more fucking different. I came into this album expecting that same old 90s boom bap Buffalo style rap that Westside Gunn has done so many times that sounds super fucking great. And instead, I got a very beautiful project with less beats. I don't want to say that there aren't any beats whatsoever, but there's less of a hardcore beat to most of the songs on here. And instead they're replaced with a lot of soulful sounds, jazz and piano. I honestly found this album to be super fucking artistic, to be honest. And don't get me wrong, there are many elements to this album that make it sound like a typical Westside Gunn project, including the many references to wrestling, the storytelling of local legacies built on the drug trade, and of course the many background noises of fucking Westside Gunn recreating those gunshot sounds. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? When he fucking goes boom, 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 boom. I fucking love that shit. And of course, it wouldn't be a Westside Gunn album with at least 1 or 2 tracks with his fellow Griselda brothers, Benny the Butcher and Conway the Machine. They show up on 2 tracks entitled George Bondo and Allah Sent Me, which, those 2 tracks are fucking crazy. But I think Allah Sent Me might be my favorite track out of this whole project, because honestly, I just really love whenever Westside Gunn and Conway the Machine and Benny the Butcher get together and do a sort of tag team lyrical song. Kind of feels like an actual wrestling match, where they're just tag teaming, spitting metaphor after metaphor, switching sides fucking rapidly, just going after the fucking rap game. You just pretty much declaring war on a lot of the rappers that we have today, if that makes sense. And although throughout the whole album, Westside Gunn has definitely proven that he is more of an artist than a typical rapper that you see these days, I do gotta say that the opening track of the album entitled No Vacancy is a really great and proper introduction to the album, as he pretty much delivers his very famous and very beloved signature high-pitched vocals to pretty much remind us all that Westside Gunn is still the man who will shoot you in broad daylight. He will blow your fucking brains out in broad daylight. Honestly, this dude is just fucking crazy, and I fucking love it. Westside Gunn was definitely thinking outside the box with his album. You know, the way he went about it was so creative. You know, the whole like duration of it is creative. You know, just the entire process of this album is super fucking creative, and you know, the production value is one of the biggest highlights on this album. You know, considering that the people taking credits for the production value are people like Tyler the Creator, DJ Premier, DJ Muggs, and Jay Versace. You know, who was a part of Vine at some point. You know, just the production value sounded so unique and so creative. Like when you compare the production value to like his past albums, you know, like this one is probably the fucking winner for me, at least. But the biggest highlight on this album that nobody was expecting, including myself, the biggest highlight on the album was definitely the number of like great features that this album has, you know, and I want to talk about a few of my favorite features on the album. Joey Badass and Tyler the Creator make an appearance on this album on a track called 327, which that one might be my second favorite track on the album, because you know it just sounds super fucking insane. You know, you got Westside Gunn and Joey Badass, who are both from New York, you know, both talented rappers who are from New York. You know, one has a really like unique style of Buffalo rap, and the other one has a very gritty and hardcore style of rap for Brooklyn. And you know, could combine that with someone as weird and unique as Tyler the Creator, you know, an artist who brings something new to the table every time he makes a project, and every time he shows up on an album with artists that he's never like worked with before. You know, just combine all three of those together, you get a really unique rap song that everyone has been fucking waiting for. You know, just something that no one has ever heard before. And honestly, like that whole song is just fucking insane in general. Wale also makes an appearance on this album on a song called French Toast. Yes, I'm not even joking. Wale, a really legendary and beloved rapper who is loved by everybody, shows up on a Westside Gunn project. You know, I did not know how it was gonna work out, because Wale and Westside Gunn are two different kinds of artists. You feel me? Like if you hear a Wale song and a Westside Gunn song, you know they both make very different kinds of hip hop music. And honestly, I didn't think it was gonna work out, but they fucking proved me wrong, because Wale's sound is super fucking good next to Westside Gunn. You know, like he was like working with the typical style that Westside Gunn does, and honestly, like it was again like another like beautiful rap song. You know, something that I've never heard before, and you know, it was just super unique and creative, and I honestly love that song French Toast with Wale. And finally, Keyshia Plum makes an appearance on this album on a track called Party with Pop Smoke, which is a really beautiful and soulful song. You know, I always love whenever they get together, because they always sound so good when they make a track together. You know, Keyshia Plum has such a beautiful voice. She is such an underrated singer, you know, and she always goes well with the style that Westside Gunn has always been doing. You know, they both have that sort of like high-pitched, creepy voice. You know, they always add to this very dark atmosphere that sounds really fucking amazing. And honestly, like this song is a really like great, beautiful tribute to Pop Smoke. You know, it's the kind of song that makes you sad. You know, like makes you like wonder of like, you know, what could have been. You know, it honestly is a really beautiful song. I know earlier this year Westside Gunn said that this might be his last year as an artist before he like fully retires from music and moves on to other things. And so if that's true, then I imagine that he's trying to go out with a bang and, you know, put out as many great albums as he can before he's done with it. And honestly, this album was definitely an amazing start to that. Overall, this album is a fucking masterpiece. It's a work of art. It's something different and unique, and it is, like I said before, probably the best album by Westside Gunn that I've heard so far. And I really, really highly recommend this one to all of you. You know, all the Westside Gunn fans, all the hip hop fans. You know, this album is something that will take you by surprise. It's something that you will absolutely love, and it most likely will not be the only project by Westside Gunn in 2020. So I can honestly say for the first time that I'm super excited to hear what Westside Gunn is gonna do next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click that bell down below, all that good stuff, so you don't miss a single one of my uploads whatsoever. And don't forget to stay happy.
Hey yo, I miss the days we bring